How are we doing, guys? This is the 2015 higher level question 3. It's the axonometric question, and I'm just going to go through it here now with you. So, as you can see, I've set up my axes already. So your axes are at 30 degrees. So you can see how they're set up there, and that's just a vertical line just there. So, I'll just show you the question here just so we're on the same page. So this is the question here. So if you want to have a look at, so we're given the elevation and we're given the end view. Just be careful with the elevation, it's pretty wide. So you don't want to come up too high along your axis, because if you started up here, you'd run into a bit of difficulty over on the right hand side. You actually might come off the page. So don't start too high here. That's all I'd advise you to take note of. Other than that, we should be fairly okay. Right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the elevation first. So as I just mentioned, don't come up too high, or else you'll end up going off the page. So following on from our axis at 30 degrees, I'm just going to come up to about there. Excuse me. And so we're going off at 15 degrees from there. So 15 degrees. You don't need to use your protractor. 60-30 degree set square on its back almost, and your 45 degree set square on top, and you'll see that angle there is 15 degrees. So you can go ahead and draw that. So from that point you chose to start, off at 15 degrees. And what you want to do then is you want to measure along that line, your important dimensions. So you have 10, 35, 45, 45, and 10. So I'm just going to measure along that red line, those measurements. So we have 10. Make sure we're nice and accurate now. 10, sorry. 10, 35. And then there's two 45s. And then finish it off with a 10 on the end. Okay. So, so we've done our 15 degrees already. And so if that's 15 degrees there like that, the way we've come off, so I'll just slide it up along and go perpendicular to that 15 degrees. So the height is a 20, 10 and 20 is 50, and then 225 is 100, so you can measure up 100 along that line. There we are. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring these important measurements up from that line as well. So anything in red is construction as always, with a sharp pencil, nice and light. Okay, and then that 100, so I'm just going to use parallel sliding set squares, parallel lines here, so I don't have to draw that 15 degrees line again. Ooh, I slipped there now. I want to be nice and accurate with that. Right, so that's parallel, and that's that height of 100 I was on about. Okay, so mine's fitting in the page just about. So for you, I'd advise you to come up 60, a maximum of 60 there, or else you will go off the page over here. That's what I'm on about. This area here will end up going off the page if you're any higher. Right, so the heights then. So I'll measure up along here. So you have 20, and then you have a 10, and another 20, And then we have two 25s, don't we? Okay, and I'm just going to slide and set squares again because I don't want to set up that 15 degrees again. So actually it's huge here, as it is with all questions, but especially with this question, because when you when you go to bring lines in, and they might not match up correctly, and the shape might look a bit off when it's in the axonometric axis. Okay, now I'm going to start putting in a few things in heavy that I'm confident with. So I have this here. Sorry, I'm not going on too far there, but that's alright. So those two lines obviously don't go as far as that. Because you're using pencil, you'll be able to rub it out. Okay, so I'm just going to put in this curve here. So we're told it's a radius of 20. So what I'll do is I'll measure in 20 from there. So radius 20, and it meets up like that. Lovely. So that line isn't there either. Just have to make it a couple of simple boo-boos here. Okay, so yeah, that line there doesn't exist. So I just put a little star there. So obviously you can rub it out, but I don't have that. So that line there just doesn't exist. Other than that, we have it done. So we want to play on and do the, see now, the little bit that's jutting out here. So on the right hand side, so what I'm on about is this section, this part here. I'm going to read that from the end view. So we're told it's a circle and it's jutting out and it has a radius of 20. So I'm going to come 20 above and below here. You can put that in heavy now. Okay, so just looking at our elevation again, a couple of lines that don't actually exist are this line here and these two jutting out here. Okay, but obviously you can rub them out fairly handy. Right, going to drive on to the end here now. So what I'd like you to do is try to come up the same distance on the left hand side as you did for the elevation. So again, 30 degrees set square. I'll just come up like that, 30 degrees first, and I just want you to come over the same distance, or the same height on this side as well. So 15 degrees for the end view. It's basically the other way around. So on this side we had the 3060 up on its back, and now it's just sitting normally. So there you have 15 degrees, nice and handy. And then I'll go perpendicular to that. I'll use the 15 degree setup again. There you go. The overall height of the object is 100, so I'll measure that straight away. So in the end view, the full width of it, you have 10, 30, 30, and 10. So 80, so I just measure like this. So there's 10, 30, 30, and then the last 10. Right, and then just I'm going to use sliding set squares. So nice and accurate. And then the heights along the right hand side, we can just take them from our end view, from our elevation, sorry. So the first height we're going to come up is 20, 10, and another 20, and then it's 25 and 25, isn't it? And then our semicircle, yeah, we can find that. Well, actually, I'll just put it in there. That's 20 there. So right, and then just bring them across. So I'm going to use sliding set squares again. That's the top of that circle, center. Right. Now we can go over the heavy. So we're going to try to be a bit more careful this time to be more free elevation. It's the base. Comes up 20 either side. Steps in 10. Lovely. Got that done wrong. Okay, so how far to come up then? I just want you to look here at the little picture we have. So it comes up as far as there and then starts to go in the way. So this distance here, I'm going to take it from here. There it is there. So it's 30. And it's 30 from that 20. So there it is there. I have marked down all for us. And then it juts into the top. The width is 20 and 20 either side. The center, so just measure that. There's 40. And join that to the top. Right, I'm just going to put in that circle then. So it has a radius of 20. So I've already brought it in that 20 for us. Right, so our circle drawn. Right, a bit of hidden detail. I'm going to put that in as well for us. So we're just going to drop those 20s that we brought in down as well because they're helping us with the hidden detail. Right, and hidden detail. Okay, so this hidden detail is representing this front bit here, and the way it's coming back in on itself. So that's our hidden detail put in, and it's not, there's two more horizontal lines, or two hard lines here. Okay, so there is marks going for hidden details, so don't forget to put that in. Right, that's our end view done, and our elevation. Alright, and they're both fitting on the page fairly okay. Perfectly actually. So we're going to go ahead and do our axonometric now. So what I would advise you to do is try to break down the object as simple as possible. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to do the base first. I'm going to do as much as that as possible to start us off. Right, so bringing everything in at 30 degrees. So this corner's brought in already, so I'll just bring that in first. Okay, so that's some of our base, and you can actually start to see it come together already. Right, so you can actually see the base starting to come together. Right, I'm not going to put it in heavy just yet. We're going to try on do a bit more. So I'm going to do the back edge. So this edge here. So I'm bring everything in at 30 degrees firstly. So again, I'm missing a line here. Right, so this is where the machine starts to go back in on itself, so that line there. So no, that's all right. And then the top then. Okay, so don't do anything in heavy just yet, because you'll see that circle, that bit that's jutting out, rest there. Right, so that's the back wall done, and then the top, as far as the top go. So we might actually end up going on top of it wrong, but that's fine. So that goes as far as there. And then I'm going to find the front of it. I'm going to find this point here. So bring that in at 30 degrees, is that? I'll actually bring joins down to that. Right, so it's starting to get a little confusing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in some of it in heavy, just to help us out. So the back base. And I'm actually going to leave that line there because I'm not 100% sure if this circle bit that sticks out is going to cover some of that line. So I'm just going to leave that for a second. Don't worry if it goes over the original drawings, that's fine. Okay, so that's the top part of the sewing machine. Right, this is the front bit here. And it goes back down as far as here. Okay, so it's starting to come together now. This line here goes as far as there. Right, so I'm just going to finish off this part here. So to find this corner, let's level with that, bring it in, there it is there. And that juts out to this corner, which is that corner there. So bring that down and then it hits it there. Right. Okay, so we're going to start dealing with the, sorry, that bit goes back in there, doesn't it? Right, so we're going to start dealing with the, we have a curve here. So what I'm on about is that curve there. We have that curve to deal with, and then we have, of course, this circle to deal with. I'm going to deal with this small little circle first, or this little curve first. Right, so you can't just draw that with a compass down here. It has to be done with freehand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to 60-30. So let's set up one set square so it's parallel to that 15 degrees we drew, and then 60-30. Right, so point A and B we'll call it. Right, so to locate those points then over here, you need to find the height of that. So what we'll do is I'm going to bring A parallel over across to the end and B across. So there's the height of A, there's B. So I'm going to take those heights, I'm going to take that height A is at, and I'm going to apply it to my end view. So what I'm doing there is taking that height that A is above the ground. So that height there of A, bring it over here. I'm just going to apply it. There's A, and do the same for B. There's the height B is at on my compass, bring it over, and scribe an arc. Right, so that's the height A is at, and that's the height B is at, and just bring them into this line here, because this is the one that's going to be seen. This line here, and then you can bring it in, and then find the points on the curve first. So sliding sets first, I'm just going to bring in A and B. There's A, and there's B. So what this line here represents is that curve there is if you were looking in that way as an edge view. So that line there from here to the bottom of it there is that curve as an edge view. So what we can do is bring in those points A and B now from that edge and from here where you can see the actual curve. So there's A. So there's A brought in, and there's B, and then the bottom of that curve is there. So I want to bring in these points now. So the bottom of the curve is actually partially brought in, so we just extend it a bit more. Bring in B and A. What you'll find, B and A are actually on the same line because we've done 30-60, so that helps us. Right. And then that corner there, we have it already, so that's the top. So A, and the A is on that line. So there's A, B on the same line again. It's just below it, there's B, and I presume that's within the curve basically. Yeah, that's the end of the curve. So then your curve will look something like this. So don't just join the dots, try and make it somewhat curve looking. Just like that. Okay. And then that's just a vertical drop, isn't it? And then that goes back at 30 degrees. Right, so that's another part of it done, and I'm actually going to finish off this base over here. Right, so it's starting to come together now. So what I want to do is try this circle now, and I want that to be jutting out here. So first things first, we want a 60-30 at the circle itself, and we're going to do the same as we did for this curve. So we're going to apply the heights these points are at here and apply them here for the side view of that circle itself, and then we're going to bring our points in and draw our freehand curve then here. Bits like that. Right. 60-30 the circle in our end view. So again, set up a 45-degree set square parallel to the 15 degrees, and you want to do your 60-30 then. Okay, and you want to number those points. So I'll start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so there's 12 parts in that, and what I want to do is I want to get those heights they're at. So bring them across to that same line you brought A and B. So I'll start from the top down. 1 is brought across, 12 and 2, 11 and 3, 10 is brought over, 9 and 5, 8 and 6, and then 7 is the bottom. Alright, so here are the heights here. So that's 7, 8 and 6, 9 and 5, 10 and 4, 11 and 3, 12, 2, and 1 is there at the top. Alright, so see the way I applied those heights there? So what you want to do then is take the distance they are off the ground. So for instance, 10 and 4. Alright, so that's the dead center. You'll see 10 and 4 matches up there with the center. Okay, so that's 10 and 4. So if we're looking in there, we'll see 10 first, and then we'll see 4. So I'm going to do the front curve first, and you'll see how I do the second one down on the back. So because the reason I'm doing the front one here first is because when you look in that direction, you'll see this curve first, and that one at the back will obviously be behind it. So you want to draw what you can see first. So that's 10 and 4, and I'll just take the rest of them. So that distance 9 and 5 is that distance off the ground. That's 9 and 5, and then 8 and 6 just below it. So try to be as accurate as you can with your compass. That's 8 and 6, and then we have the bottom ready. So then above we have 11 and 3. Took that distance 11 and 3, applied over here. That's 11, 12 and 2 with the next one. So that height there is 12 and 2. And then we have the rest on top. So I'll just put these in for you. So that's 1 on the top, 12, 2, 11, 3, 9, 5, 8, 6, and then 7 is on the bottom. Okay, so what we've done is we've applied the height over here, and then we're going to bring those in. So we're nearly there. So start from the top and work our way down. So there's 1, 12, 2, 11, 3, 10, 4. Nice and sharp pencil here is very important because you can see we're crossing over lines and you can get a little confusing. So it's 8 and 6, and then 7 is at the bottom. Okay, so bringing them in from there, and then you want to bring it in over here. So 12 and 3, same line. Uh, 1 and 4 on the same line as that, so I'll just bring 4. Uh, 5 and 12. So this is why we do 60-30, because you see they're matching up. Like when I put 6 and 11 there, they match up, so you only need to bring one of them. So 6 and 11. Similarly with 7, 10. 7, 10, and 9 and 8 are the last two to bring in, so we'll bring them in there now. Right, now just join them up here. Now it looks a bit confusing there, but because we've numbered them, that's going to make our life a lot easier. So first things first, I find number 1. So that's 1 here, bring it in. So you can get confusing, so that's why a sharp pencil is very important. So there's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, right, sorry, it's 5, 5, 6, and 7 at the bottom. Okay, so you can see our curve starting to come together. 8, okay, so that's 9. Right, so that's our curve. So you need to just locate all those points and basically join that. So this is our front curve, so I'm going to draw this first. So again, try to give it as much of a curve-like situation as possible. So you can see now why I didn't do that back edge yet. Right, so to find the back points, so what you can do is we're going to shoot back onto, so for instance I'm going to take so I'm going to take that bottom, so see this edge here that 7 is at, I'm going to locate this point here. So I'm going to bring that in at 30 degrees. Alright, and I'm going to find 7. So what you'll notice, you actually won't even see that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this 10, this where 10 and 4 is, because you will see that. So I'm going to take that in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 10 here. So it should be brought in already. Yeah, it is. So that distance there. So that distance, so that's the back of, that's 10 at the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that distance on my compass, and all the points are going to be that distance away from the front curve. So what you can do is just mark back along those points that you found that distance. Okay, and do the same for this point. So what I did there was I took basically that 10 there, so I got 10 when it's on the actual backboard itself almost, brought it in, located, so this is the original 10 here, there, and what I did was I saw then the distance it was back, which is that, to that line there, took that on my compass, and then just marked that back on all the points, and that allowed me to get that curve again, so you can see the curve is there, the back curve, because it's going to be parallel to that front one we've drawn. And what you do here then is the furthest point on the curve is you just draw it back at 30 degrees. And there you have it. And that's why you see this back edge. I didn't draw it yet because that is jutting out on top of it. Right, and that's it done. Right. So you want to go to the furthest point on that curve and go back at 30 degrees to finish it off. Am I missing anything? Just this little bit here. Right, and so that's our axis there underneath. There's no line there, no hidden detail in the axonometric itself. So yeah, so that's the 2015 higher level question 1 complete. So that's the actual junior cert question 1 section B. Thanks for watching.